the work that they were hoping to find. So thank you, New Jersey Railroad, for being awesome. Now, if you look up ahead of us off to the right, you will see an island that has what to me appears to be a Russian fairy tale palace on it, with these four green domes on the top. This island is Ellis Island. Now, it is said that between the years 1892 and 1954, 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island. This was the main federal immigrant processing center. It is said that 1/3 of all Americans can trace their ancestry back to one of these 12 million immigrants that entered between 1892 and 1954. Now, what would prompt 12 million people to pack up everything that they owned, lug it onto a ship, to a very difficult crossing across the Atlantic that could last anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months, and come to a land they knew nothing about, nor they could not speak the language? What were they fleeing? They were fleeing war, famine, poverty, political persecution, religious persecution, their evil mother-in-law, and they came to New York City. They came to the United States because they were told in the United States the streets are paved in gold. Now, they got to the United States and they realized three things. One, the streets were most definitely not paved in gold. Two, the streets were not paved at all. And three, we expected them to pave the streets for us. Now, when we hear this today, we kind of despair. But the truth is, this was where the American dream began. This was the seed that allowed the American dream to blossom. They would come here, there was a street that needed paving. They could start out working as a bricklayer. They could then move up and maybe, just maybe, be a manager, then a supervisor, and work their way all the way up the ladder until their names could be on the company logo. They could own the brick factory. This was the American dream that they came here hoping to find. But of course, Ellis Island was not the first thing that they saw when they entered the harbor. The very first sight that they saw was, of course, the Statue of Liberty, or Liberty Enlightening the World, as is her full name. Now, before we get to the statue, I'm going to give everyone a few rules and guidelines so everyone know how this is going to work. If you are one of my friends on the top deck, this is so important. Do not stand on the white benches. It's incredibly dangerous. We don't want you to fall off and crack your head open. I promise you that is not the memory that you want to have of the Statue of Liberty. So, do not stand on the white benches. Do not stand on the white benches. All right, now that we all know that we are not standing on the white benches, at first, the right-hand side of the boat is going to have the best, most amazing, spectacular view ever of the Statue of Liberty. But do not worry, friends, on the left-hand side of the boat. Our captain, Captain Kareem, he happens to adore the left-hand side of the boat. So he is going to turn the boat around, and then you will have the best, most amazing, spectacular view ever of the Statue of Liberty. So do not worry, nobody chose the wrong side of the boat. Also, be kind, be considerate. After you get your photos, please let somebody else have their chance taking a photo with the Statue of Liberty. We all traveled from so far away. We all want a chance to see this beautiful sculpture. All right, so a little bit about the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States. Who gave us the Statue of Liberty?
France.
France! Do we have any friends from France on the boat? Les amis français sur le bateau. Always make us say thank you if there are. It's really nice they gave us the statue. Now, the statue was designed by a man named Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, who designed the face of the statue to look like his mother's face, which is super sweet. Then you learn that he designed the body of the statue to look like his girlfriend's body. So things get really strange with that design, really fast. Now the inside infrastructure, the metal skeleton that holds her up, was designed by Gustave Eiffel, who is more famous for the Eiffel Tower, or La Tour Eiffel in Paris, France. Now in the statue's right hand, she is holding a torch. That torch is covered in gold leaf. The torch is taller than the rest of her. The rest of her has this really unique green glow. So she's actually made green glow every day. On the cover of the book, it says July 4th, 1776, the date when we signed our Declaration of Independence. On her crown, there are 7 points. Those 7 points stand for the 7 continents and the 7 seas. And on her right foot, there is a broken chain. And the broken chain signifies that she has broken free from her captors and her oppressors. And speaking of her foot, if she were a real lady and she wanted to go shoe shopping for a new pair of summer sandals, she'd be looking for a shoe size 879. So she has a